Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Beats the Barber coming back to y'all a couple months later after the purchase of my GTX and my superliner. This is a couple months later, just pretty much an update review. I took the outliner this time. I got my shallow teeth blade on there. I got it zero gapped perfectly. You don't get any more zero gap than that without cutting your clients. I don't even gotta touch you to line you with this now. That's my superliner, as you all know from my last update or my last review video. This thing's a beast. I love it. However, my opinion has changed. The superliner is a phenomenal trimmer. Beautiful trimmer. Gets the job done 10 out of 10 times. But since I put a little more work in on this, I opened it up, I adjusted the tension screw on the tension spring on the inside and everything, got everything all crispy, perfect. With it now, this is my hitter now. This thing hits. This you don't hit harder than this. For me to hit harder than this, I gotta use my blade. So that's this is an update review on the two trimmers. I'd say that this is probably my primary used one now. My favorite. I missed the way that the Outliner 2 used to hit for me. A lot of people, I hear them complain, that they can't get these things to hit. And a big problem that everybody has with these and not being able to hit is when you change the blade at the top, or you mess around with it at all, and you mess around with that blade whatsoever, take it off to zero gap and put it back on. You gotta remember that when you zero gap it, you're bumping the bottom blade, or the cutting blade, I guess, the top blade, whichever you prefer. You're moving it forward. Your tension spring is still in the same spot. You have to adjust your tension spring. If you don't adjust your tension spring, you're gonna be left with a machine that's not hitting the way it's supposed to. Now, I haven't had these blades sharpened. I bought them right from my local beauty supply. Adjusted my tension spring. Put these things to work, man, immediately. As soon as I adjusted my tension spring, got in there, words can't explain, man, this thing flies. Andis GTX, it flies. This, see, I love this thing. I do. I love the way it feels. I love the lightweight. I love that it's a rotary motor. This thing will cut through like a lawnmower. Okay? But, they're two different blade sets. They do two different things. I use that one now primarily for hard lines, for like the comb over cuts, etc. I use that one for edging up. I put some design work in on it too, not as much. I use the superliner to bald out as well, because of the fact that it is a rotary motor, and rotary motors, in my opinion, have more torque. Okay, they might not move quite as fast, I suppose, as maybe the magnetic motor, but the torque behind them, that's what I use to bald out. And it's got interchangeable heads and so on and so forth with it, so it's a multi-purpose trimmer. But as far as the barber game goes, and if you just gotta have a trimmer, if you had to pick one of the two, at this point I'd say go Outliner GTX. It's old school, man. It's the same exact liner. It's just updated. It's got a cool black finish with the new button. It's got a thicker cord. It's got a 3-prong. I don't know exactly why 3-prong, because it doesn't vibrate really. Not more than the Outliner 2 anyway. Probably about the same as a regular Outliner 2. And yeah, as far as it goes right now, I'm all Andis. I am picking up the wall detailer, probably the Hero, and the G-Wiz as well. All three of those joints. With the TY blade, just because there's a lot of rave behind the TY blade, and I'm not biased to clippers. I'm not. I just, at the beauty supply by where I live, they had good deals on Andis clippers. The GTX came off of Amazon. But all the rest of my clippers I got pretty good deals on. So, I mean, that's how I ended up all Andis at this point. But again, this is Beats the Barber, and that's my update review on these two trimmers. Keep the barbering up, barber life, stay up, stay crisp, stay flashy, friends.